Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's try a different team and see if we can get some wins with it. So we got the Cresselia paired with the Whiscash and the Lantern. So this is a great matchup here. We got the Cresselia versus this Swampert. However, the Swampert is going to be able to fight back with some Hydro Cannons. Good neutral damage for what it's worth. We got to make sure we get our Grass Knots off on really good timing. We don't want to be tied up because they win CAP, and we do need the extra cycle cuts to go through. And we know that this Grass Knot potentially KOs, and they are just double shielding out of this situation. So that tells us that they really want the lead. But let's see if we can get this last Grass Knot on good timing. So we do get the Grass Knot to go up, and they are officially 2 shields down, and they've already lost the lead. So that was a strange lead right there. They do come back in with the Mantine, so that makes sense. Got the Swampert pair with the Mantine. Good coverage right there. They go for the Ice Beam, and this is just a losing matchup for them. Now, this is a Water Gun Lantern. We are trying out the Water Gun version, so this isn't as dominant as the Spark Fast Move Lantern. So this is going to take a while to take them out. So we're just going to build up a ton of energy. Then we finally throw the Thunderbolt. And then now we have the Annihilate in the back. So they have no shield, but we have still good situation. Ooh, they do get the attack boost. That could be their win condition. So we're going to go for this skull. Okay, when we get them straight back into normal mode, they were enraged, boosted Annihilate. Now we're going to be able to take out this Annihilate a little bit on a more even playing field. So 1 skull plus 1 mud bomb does finally take him out. GG's to our opponent. Well played by us, especially getting the Swampert to use both shields, and then you're just clearing the way for the backline. So we do have an ABB double water team in the back. Here we have not so great of a matchup, so we're going to switch out into the Whiscash here. They switch out into, what is that? Him on top. Him on top is going to be neutral, so we're going to see if we can flip this matchup with just the spamminess of this Whiscash. So we do get a shield from our opponent, which is great. Do we think this is triple axle or the big move? We call the bait, ends up being the triple axle, and now we have an opportunity to get 2 shields or get the lead back. So they do decide to let it go, and that is well played by that Whiscash right there. Here, we're going to throw this Mud Bomb right before we get to the move. We couldn't get to that skull, and we do get the shield. So our opponent here uses both shields already, and now this is easy decision coming in with the Lantern with the Water Gun version. This is not going to be an effective move, so we're going to let this go. Anticipating them to switch out. Okay, no switch out, but they're going to go for another big move here. Ends up being the Fly, is resisted again, and now they have the Tentacruel in the back. Tentacruel is not going to do that great against, even though we don't have a super effective Future Sight, the fast moves of Cycle Cut and the Grass Knot would chunk it away. So GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. Got the Sand Slash versus this Cresselia. Not the best matchup here. We're going to switch out immediately into the Whiscash to see if we can draw out something. Okay, ends up being the Mantine. Makes sense. Mantine pair with the Sand Slash. Pretty decent coverage. Here, we're going to have to figure a way how to wiggle out of this situation. We're basically only going to be throwing Scolds here because all of our moves are resisted, and you might as well go for the Scolds to potentially get a debuff or just do some kind of better damage than Mud Bomb. You can see right here, we do get them to debuff, and then we're going to try to catch a move here on our Lantern. So this Lantern here is going to resist all the moves, even though they're going to switch out immediately anyways. They do reveal that they have the Shadow Dragonair. Shadow Dragonair here is going to be able to get to these body slams that are neutral, but they're going to hurt. We only could throw possibly only one more move because we are Water Gun version. So we do just sack the Lantern, and now we got to try to build up a ton of energy with this Cresselia at this point. We have 2 shields, going to invest 1 shield into that move. We're going to have to tank this move right here, anticipating the Sand Slash to come back in. Let's see if they bring it back now or later. Okay, so they did have energy to lead, and they're going to be able to CAP tie us here. Unfortunately, this opponent just had a really good team against ours. They can basically resist most of our Pokemon the way that they lined it up. No moves to really damage this Sand Slash, and then they had this Mantine for Whiscash, so just no wiggle room anywhere, unfortunately. And that is GG's right there. So well played by my opponent. on to the next game here. So one thing to note, I said it earlier, the Lantern is running Water Gun. Not necessarily the new season updates are official. They're going to be incoming later on. We're just trying it out. Typically, you'd be running Spark version. And okay, as soon as I say that, we did switch into the wrong Pokemon here. We needed to go into the Whiscash. As we were just talking about that, we totally forgot that we were running the Water Gun version. So this is not the matchup, but we do get a shield from our opponent. Let's see if we can recover from this mistake here. If it was Spark, obviously it was a better matchup, but we needed to go into our Whiscash. Whiscash was a way better counter to this. So we're just going to invest the shield here for that Scald, and then we're going to try to throw this Mud Bomb. Oh, we get CAP tied, so not good timing right there, but we do tank the move. It looks like we did have our defense, or our attack drop right there, so we're going to try to switch out and reset that, and unfortunately, we made the mistake, and now we're going to pay the price because the Skarmory now is matched up against our Cresselia, which is not a good formula. So yeah, just a little bit of a mistake right there with the move set we were just talking about, running the Water Gun Lantern. So if you're running this team, make sure you remember the Water Gun is on the Lantern and not Spark for now. We were just trying out because of the ABB Water team, just trying to keep the theme of it. So yeah, this is unfortunate, but we should have been okay if we had used the Whiscash on the Tentacruel, and then we would have had everything matched up correctly. So nice play by my opponent. Just a little mistake by us back there in the switching. All right, next game. Let's see. We got the Cresselia versus this Charjabug. We got to switch out of here immediately. Here, we're going to go into our Lantern. This Lantern now is better against this Charjabug because we're running Water Gun and not Spark. So give and take situation, and our opponent does decide to stay in and throw a bunch of X Scissors. One X Scissor, second X Scissor goes through, and you can see these Water Gun is doing some good neutral damage, already matching how much damage they've done with 2 charge moves. So this is the give and take of this Lantern. Worst matchup against like Tentacruel, but better matchup against the Charjabug. Here they do switch out into the Poliwrath, and we're going to go into our Cresselia. This is exactly where we wanted. So now we have the matchup that we want. We're going to throw a bunch of Grass Knots back at this Poliwrath. You can see we can easily go for another one here, and we can tank the next move. They go for the Icy Wind. Possibly they're running the Dynamic Punch. But we're going to build up, throw this Grass Knot to get the shield or get them to KO, and that's exactly what happens here. Here, we're going to throw this Grass Knot right before they get to their X Scissor, because the X Scissor will do some good damage. They do decide to shield it, and we're just going to let this go, I believe, and we can come back in with whatever Pokemon we want. We got to anticipate what they have in the bag. We think it is maybe a Lantern of their own, but it looks like we do decide they're deciding to stay in. Maybe our guess is right, the fact that they're staying in. Okay, ends up being the Ninetales, actually. Ninetales here is going to have to get through this Whiscash. We throw the Skull, we try to combo play right there, and it looks like we do get the Surf to go through. Barely doesn't KO, but the ensuing Water Gun does take him out. So that is the power of the Water Gun Lantern in action. So a little bit of both gameplays right there. So check out this team if you haven't already. Let us know if you enjoy the video.